Do you have a picture of yourself that you love? Jillian Beal Morrison has captured photos of nearly 400 central Pennsylvania women. It's what she focuses on at her studio, Bevror Contemporary Portraits in Mechanicsburg.
You know, when someone says that they need a photo of you because you won an award or you're doing something amazing or even just that you want to have one to put on social media that you're proud of, you should have a photo where you're like, here.
The truth is, many women don't have that go-to picture. So Jillian has made it her mission to give them one.
I actually walk you through how to take a good photo, and I actually teach you the difference so that next time somebody pulls out a camera, you can feel comfortable standing in a way that you know that you're going to look your best.
You can look around the studio and I can see women that I know throughout the community, and it's a good kind of group to be part of.
It's Jessica Ritchie's second time shooting with Jillian. She's not just updating her professional headshot, but she hopes to get a photo that will be seen by generations to come.
There's a lovely photo of my grandmother, right? The same with my mother that I can think of, that you have that photo you can think of. I didn't have one of those for myself.
Jillian's photography style is known to make her clients feel relaxed and confident.
That is what I do. So from behind the lens, I'm creating confidence in all of my clients that come.
Through the power of the picture, Jillian is inspiring women with every snap.
There is something inside all of us that is beautiful and worthy. I think that sometimes we tend to forget how much we have to offer the world, and every single one of us has something about us that's beautiful.
With this week's Women at Work, I'm Jasmine Brooks.
Did the lashes feel weird?
Women at Work, sponsored by Central Penn College.
Last year, on any given day, there's 445 people, adults and children, that were experiencing homelessness here in Dauphin County.
Maya Wills was one of them. An anonymous call to children and youth led the agency to her Harrisburg apartment.
They call me and say that I have 3 days to get my daughter out the house because it's unstable and it's infested.
She had 72 hours to find a new home for her infant daughter.
I didn't want her to get taken away from me, so I automatically just jump into action.
And that's when Maya connected with Crystal Brown at Brethren Housing Association. Every day, Crystal is changing women's lives.
It is really encouraging to be able to see what people can accomplish if they're just given the opportunity. And it's a pleasure for me to be able to part of giving them that opportunity. All of these units right here are ours.
22 apartments along Hummel Street in Harrisburg's Allison Hill neighborhood are rented to single moms who have nowhere to go.
Everything is thought of. So there's dishes, pots and pans, everything that you would need when you're getting started in your apartment.
Once accepted into what's called the Transitions program, Crystal's team works with moms to live successfully and independently.
So learning how to read a lease, understanding landlord-tenant rights, understanding from finances what are needs and wants, and how to manage your money and set up a budget.
It's stories like Maya's that make Crystal's job worthwhile.
I was really encouraged by her desire to want more and to do better, and how much she wanted to be able to have the opportunity to change her life for herself and her daughter.
Now a mom of 3, Maya has her own apartment, a job, driver's license, and independence. Crystal hopes those able to help Brethren Housing Association will jump on board.
So when people support the mission, it is truly making a difference in helping people have an opportunity to escape homelessness and reach their full potential.
With this week's Women at Work, I'm Jasmine Brooks. At home, she's mom.
That was the gift from them.
It says the ma'am.
Yes, that was my nickname.
At work, she's ma'am.
She doesn't have free Bronze Stars for nothing.
Major Karen Ruzanowski is a 15-year veteran in the United States Army Reserve.
I've deployed 3 times, twice to Iraq and once to Afghanistan.
She's now a part of the 77th Sustainment Brigade out of Fort Dix, New Jersey, and her unit is getting ready to deploy.
They are my family, yes, they are. And they will be going overseas, and I will be in the rear doing everything I can to support what they're doing.
In her environment, in her area that she's in, everybody knows her name, and they all come to her.
At home, Karen has her hands full with 3 girls, 2-year-old Parker, 3-year-old Madeline, and 11-year-old Ellie.
As a mom, she's fun, she's caring.
Okay, get your teacups.
How you get it?
You get it. I see her mom in her every day, and that's challenging for me.
Ellie's biological mom, AJ, was a dear friend to Karen and her husband, Rob. In 2014, after battling brain cancer for several years, AJ passed away.
That was one of the, AJ's wish, that we would raise her the way that Karen and I, were brought up, and it was a no-brainer.
Hey, buddy!
It was, AJ, you understand that if anything ever were to go the wrong way with your cancer, that Ellie would be taken care of. And that was the promise we made and the promise we kept.
Stir up, everybody.
Stir it up. Stir it up.
Stir up. If you got
Here, Parker, did you stir up yours?
sip it down.
We just keep going, right? We just keep going. You have family, you have army, you have civilian job. There's requirements at all three, and you can't let one down to do better in another.
With this week's Women at Work, I'm Jasmine Brooks.
All right, who's gonna get it together? All right, let's do it.
It's been 1 week since a gunman killed 11 people who were attending a Shabbat service inside the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. Here's how the city is coping with the tragedy. All 11 victims have been laid to rest from the mass synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh. Friday was the first Shabbat service in the city. Thousands flocked to their local synagogues in a show of support for the tight-knit Jewish community of Squirrel Hill. The police tape remains outside the desecrated synagogue. The memorial for the 11 congregants killed continues to grow. Thousands of people from all faiths held multiple vigils throughout the week to honor the victims. Thousands more attended funerals for the victims, some of which didn't know the victims, but still wanted to show their support for the families. Millions of dollars has been raised so far to rebuild the synagogue turned mausoleum and to support the families whose loved ones were taken in an instant. People have been reaching out from as far as Israel to unite with Pittsburgh and to prove that together we are stronger than hate.
The following segment is sponsored by Geisinger Holy Spirit.
Classic injury for jumping into something too quickly is a stress fracture.
In this case, Dr. Warner is referring to running. Those who run often know that stretching and warm-ups can prevent knee injury. And those who are just getting started will need more time before they hit the pavement.
If we're pounding on the pavement, which a lot of us do, and we all of a sudden jump to running hills, that results in a lot of tendonitis type injuries,
which could delay that next run. Warner says it comes back to easement and nothing too abrupt.
Major changes to the training regimen, either more mileage too quickly or starting from 0 to 100.
A softer running surface like a track might be one of the better options for beginners, but
too soft a surface, or in particular too soft of a running shoe. So some running shoes have been touted as having like extra cushion,
which could actually lead to another form of injury over time.
And then we see more hip tendonitis in the ultra cushion shoe.
It comes down to balance when becoming a runner.
All types of people can run and do it successfully, but prevention comes in the form of easing into it, having the right shoes, and having the right surfaces. And when you want to make changes, do it slowly.
For this week's Doc Talk, I'm Jasmine Brooks.